Actually, let's try that again. Alright, hello everybody. We are starting World of Horror today. I hope the audio is a little much. That's too much. Down. There we go. Holy cow. There we go. Okay. That might be... the music's a little noisy, so it's like not great for... Anyway, we have World of Horror here, which is a... like a... what do you call it? It's like a Lovecraftian, like, procedurally generated fiction game that takes place in, like, suburban Japan. It's hard to describe. I like this 4-color palette. You can choose between pure black and white or like a 4-color palette, and you can randomize the 4-color palette if you pick one. I think you can even like randomize what color the white color is in 1-bit. Anyway, we're gonna stick with this and we're gonna play around a bit. So I think last time I played this, I played through maybe the spine. It was a long time ago, but they've made a lot of improvements to the game since. So I figured I would give this a shot, especially since it's October, and we'll just kind of, see what we've got here. There's all kinds of different, what is this? Timeline choice determines changes in mysteries and their endings. Every year, our city is visited by hundreds of tourists interested in the paranormal. I don't know what that means. I guess that's like a... I don't know. Whatever that is. Well, wait. Maybe this is what we want. It's Halloween 2020. Okay, so I guess it's like a Halloween mode for when the game first came out. Anyway, let's do a quick play, because that can be kind of fun. Okay. Here's the typical intro. Something strange is happening in our town. We're in Shiokawa, Japan, 1980X. There are robed figures gathering in the woods at night. People are going missing. Disgusting creatures, like my pronunciation there, are terrorizing the seaside. The rapid technological progress of the modern era brings comfort. Oh, hello, Deity-Diz. How's it going? Yeah, the rapid technological progress of the modern era brings comfort, but also new unknown threats. Old gods, malicious eldritch beings who ruled the earth eons ago are awakening as reality starts to crumble. Armed with clues, spells, and dwindling sanity. Oh yeah, I'm doing pretty good for a Monday. It's pretty darn good. Actually, so let me just quick introduction. Deity-Diz has been helping me out a lot on my Labyrinth of Toho playthrough, which isn't streamed because I have to do a lot of cutting and editing to get it down to a reasonable length, and to make it like not just me running around a dungeon forever. But Deity-Diz has been providing a lot of useful like clues and tips for that game, so that's been really fun and interesting. Okay, so we're armed with clues, spells, and dwindling sanity. We investigate mysteries across the city and in realms beyond. Whatever that means. Alright, we're on a rickety old 1980s Japan train, and we're in town. So the cool thing about this is that it, like, randomly chooses, like, an old god that is the problem, and also gives, like, random stuff. So we have Alexandria, 48 BC. Supposed cause of destruction of the Library of Alexandria, a perfect black marble statue, has been recently rediscovered and is currently waiting in the museum of our town for its premiere. Old gods rule. Both you and enemies deal extra damage. So hit points go down faster on both sides in this. Okay. So we start out with a camera. If we equip it, which we should do, we get extra knowledge. Items can be unequipped. I think. Can't they? I think I need something else to put in the slot. Okay. So, typical path here is you start out, you check your mailbox, there's nothing there. And then you get to choose some actions here. They kind of really went with like the old, like really old PC aesthetic. You can kind of get some fun stuff here. Like, you can take a peek through the peephole of your apartment. And, like, sometimes there'll be something like that. Someone is standing in the shadow watching your door. You can watch TV. Local dentist found guilty of implanting dog teeth into human patients. Motive unknown. And we've got our stamina and reason maxed out right now. So what we actually want to do is get the experience boost. Basically, the bath once a mission. Yeah, it's very old school, and it's got that like, what do you call it? Like cross-hatching kind of thing to it. It's just, yeah, I like it. So in between missions, you can either gain back a little stamina or a little reason. But since this is the first mission, we'll get an experience boost instead. And let's go look at our bulletin board. Wait, what's this? Nothing. It is nothing. So there are 5 inexplicable mysteries to explore, and they're kind of randomly generated. This is the one that is like the tutorial, Spine-Chilling Story of School Scissors. We've got Macabre Memoir of Morbid Mermaids. Yeah, Dithering, that's right. It's cross-hatching if they're like lions, right? Bloody Brief of a Beckoning Bulletin. They're all very alliterative for whatever reason. But I guess let's go... Yeah, so a lot of them have been updated since the last time I played the game, so let's pick one that I haven't seen any endings to start. So we'll try Freaky Feature of Found Footage. Okay. 3 students disappeared in the process of making a documentary about local folklore and legends in the nearby forest. On the first anniversary of this event, a suspicious man has started asking questions. He claims to be a private investigator, hired by the parents of the students. Except the parents of your friends didn't hire him. Who is he, and what did the students discover out there? Alright. So in most of the missions, you have to investigate, you have to choose places to investigate. And the place that you're supposed to investigate to advance is circled, but you can also, like, go elsewhere. So for instance, like, I could go to the village and look around, or I could go to the schoolyard. And actually, it usually is a good idea to go to the schoolyard because you can get friends. So what I can do is I can ask people to join me. She hasn't come to school since last week. Forced to help you is an option, but we won't bother with that. Did you hear? There's a cliff nearby with strangely shaped holes. Alright, we got Student C to join us. And he wasn't the same since he came back. Everybody has a little clippet of, like, stuff to talk about. Alright, we got Student C and Student E. So what we want to do is we want to leave here. We want to check both of them. So she provides only a negative of -1 knowledge. So we're gonna let her go. Student C gives us +1 to dexterity, which we will want to hang on to. Alright. So there's a bonus story, a witch story. If we investigate the mansion location twice, we can complete this side quest. So we can go to the mansion and just check it out. You get a little thing here. Corpses strung up on wires like macabre marionettes with painted smiles and rosy cheeks. We just lose reason, unfortunately. So there's one of those. I guess we can investigate the school? Maybe you'll find a clue about their last known whereabouts in the school's newspaper. As you enter the school gym, you notice a strange black doll propped up against the wall. So, if we had the anatomy class perk, we could do this. But unfortunately, we're stuck. We just have to go closer to it. Against my better judgment, I approach the doll, and what I see makes me gasp in horror. It's not a doll. My sudden movement causes tiny black spiders to flee, revealing a white, half-eaten corpse. -2 reason. So we've already lost 4 reason this early in the game. It's worth noting that there's this doom percentage up here. That's like the timer for your ability to continue to move. So like if doom reaches 100%, it's game over. That's one of many ways to lose this game. Okay, we didn't really learn anything at school, unfortunately. The notes mention a village not far from your town. I decided to take a bus. Getting closer, I can't help but notice a large number of trees have suddenly died. What happened here? So it says downtown. But we should finish the mansion. So we investigate the mansion. The whole building begins to shake as you enter the room. A stone pillar bursts through the floor where you stood just seconds ago. You notice arcane symbols painted on the stone, so you take a step closer and touch the stone. Dexterity check. So there are skill checks. My dexterity is 6, so I guess it was enough. When your fingers touch the stone, the symbols disappear. That's good, right? Maybe? Okay. Legends say the witch was buried alive for kidnapping and murdering 2 children. It points you in a specific direction, potentially saving you some time. Okay, so that might decrease the amount of doom building that happens. Alright, let's head downtown. While walking through the park, you find a little girl crying alone in the playground. When you ask what's wrong, she says she can't find her mother. You spot the girl's address on a backpack lying nearby. So we get 2 choices for this one. Probably take her home. I offer to take her home. When I get there, the terrified mother slams the door in your face. From behind the door, she starts screaming to get the girl away. The little girl calmly tells you that she can take it from here. I get experience, but I lose 2 stamina. Huh. Everyone in the village is unsettlingly friendly. An old farmer points you to an old stone. The missing group supposedly started their forest trip there. Okay. So now they want us to investigate the village. No one answers when you knock at Professor Takeuchi's door. This is odd, since he's normally punctual about his appointments. The smell of blood tells you that something's wrong. You quickly open the door and make your way inside. There's no sign of the professor, but the quantity of blood everywhere leaves little doubt as to what had happened. But how and why? So we can either search the room for clues or scavenge for useful items. And since we don't have any items, I rummage through the drawers. I make a perception check. I try to find anything useful. The sound of police sirens forces me to grab the nearest item and flee the crime scene. I get a flashlight. Resolved. So if I equip the flashlight, I get 1 perception. But unfortunately, it's slot B only. So I can either choose between 1 knowledge or 1 perception. And I guess it's better to even out my perception and knowledge at 8 than have one of them be, extra high up. Okay, so this is kind of like a little mini game. Now that we're in the forest, we kind of get to pick different things to investigate. The group must be there somewhere. The trees overhead block the sunlight and you begin to feel gloomy. Lose 2 reason. 2 reason? I just want to be clear. I saw a dead body covered in spiders and I lost 2 reason. And now Trees made it shady. I lose 2 more reason. Oh, goodness. The paths... All the paths look the same. Are you lost? Oh, and it's dangerous here. My reason penalty increased. There's a rumored witch house. It seems empty. In the basement, you find a camera pointed at a large hole in the ground. On the table next to the camera, you see 3 cassettes, each titled after one of the missing friends. Then you hear a curious sound coming from the hole. Take the cassettes and run. It could be, yeah. That tree, it's a big tree, and there's a lot in there. Not being able to deal with it, you decided to grab the tapes and run. You wander aimlessly through the woods for a few hours and are found by a search party. You lead them to the house, but the door to the basement is missing. The case remains open. So we finished it with ending C, and we get some rewards for solving the mystery. So we get The Forest is Restless, I. We get Knowledge is Key, 30 experience. We get Thorough Investigation, 15 experience. Still Hope, -3 Doom. Our Doom is only at 5%. Now, we have... The thing is that we have 5 mysteries to explore, plus a thing after the mysteries. So, like, if your Doom goes up by less than, say, 15%, you're doing pretty well for that mystery. But, of course, there's other things that can happen, like losing all your reason, which we lost a lot. I'm tireless. I get +1 reason and stamina, and time passes, +1 day. The old god stirs. Did the water level suddenly increase? Typo. Or is our city slowly sinking? Ooh. What does that do? I don't know what it does. Exploring Seaside has a chance of inflicting drenched status now. So, from now on, anytime I need to explore the seaside, I might end up getting drenched, which probably has some negative effects. What? Inside your mailbox, you find a small key. Stop it. So now, it's probably a really good idea for us to get some reason back. Because we have our reason has been pretty beat up, honestly. Yeah, so let's do that. It's just 1 point, but every little bit counts. So the thing that happened here, though, is that we actually have tapes now. But not, I guess not VHS cassettes? Oh, they're like audio tapes. You can also, like, click numbers on this, but I've never found a usefulness to it. I don't know. This is the same story, unfortunately. Nothing there. One thing that this game has never... Well, they had it working for a little while, and then they disabled it again. But, like, you can't save and load in this game, so... I don't know why, but that's the thing. And it did work once. I remember it working once a long time ago. Okay. So here's the lighthouse. The ominous lighthouse has been closed down for longer than you can remember. We can enter it. Inside is a multi-padlock, which we can't do anything about right now. As you can guess, we are going to need 5 keys. Alright. So we're on our way to a new mystery. The other 2 that I've never played before are these 2. So let's try Bloody Brief of a Beckoning Bulletin. As the decades roll on, technology has only developed further. These days, computer bulletin board software allows computers to communicate over phone lines. That's reassuring. He visited an internet forum. All it takes is a computer and a modem, and anybody can connect to this bulletin systems, or even host one. Once you connect, you can read all of the messages on the bulletin, or even post your own. Many use them to share files or chat about favorite topics, everything from video games to sports to idol culture. But, in the wake of a sudden string of weird suicides, things aren't all fun and games. Rumors surfaced that the deaths are linked to a bulletin system operated from somewhere within the city. What is behind the suicides? How could so many people be driven to take their own lives? Alright. Even if the phone number is found, there's no help to investigate without a computer that can connect. Maybe the school library has a computer that will work. So they want us to do the forest location twice to investigate the suicides. Which I guess is the... yeah, forest. Actually, what's my backpack look like? Seemingly broken, but maybe you can find a way to repair them. Oh. I need like a person to help me with that or something. Can't spell bulletin without bullet in. That's a good point. Although I suspect well, so actually you can get. I was gonna say it's highly unlikely that the people are committing suicide with a firearm in Japan, but actually you can get a gun in this game. Let's check the forest. We want to complete the side quest. There may be usefulness in that. Okay. Drooping tree branches hang over the path, framing it in an almost macabre way. It's almost inspiring. Huh. Get lost in thoughts or get a grip. Our reason is down, so maybe it'd be better to get a grip than get lost in thoughts? Nope. I'm wrong. You quicken your pace and leave the menacing path. Dang it. Well, let's do it again. Following ghastly music, you find yourself in a forest. The sound is getting closer. Oh, it's combat. So, in general, combat has an enemy with a certain number of hit points that does a certain type and amount of damage per turn, and my chance to successfully attack is better. Currently, my chance to hit is lowered by 3%. Okay, let's see. So you can prepare your attack, and then you can, like... Probably what I want to do is look for an improvised weapon. But the trick is, what you can do is, because you get 200 time units. So what I can do is I can... 107? Wow, really? Oh, you can run away from fights, too. Some fights. Minus 10 power. Weird. Is that for the enemy? Oh. Combat skill, huh? Let's improvised weapon. And combat skill. And we'll launch that sequence. Okay, so I found a branch. I can equip the branch. Now I have a weapon. Kinda, sorta. So I can spend 40 time to get a guaranteed attack, or I can spend 20 time to get a guaranteed attack. So it's better to do that. No? That might work. Here we go. Okay. Brought her hit points down to 6. We'll just do the same thing. It'll work. There we go. So we get 10 experience for defeating Ribcage Woman. After searching deep in the woods for some time, you discover the body of a young student clutching a note. We get an item, the Forest Note. I write this for everyone wanting to stay behind. The sacrifice is worth it. Life's meaning comes from our relationships. Share death, and that connection will outlast you. There won't be anything left but us. Us being capitalized. Everyone here is waiting for you, so if you lose your resolve, just listen to the voice of humanity. No additional information there. Nice Cthulhu tentacle there. Okay, so we've solved the sub-quest here. Let's see if we can find a... Actually, let's go to the schoolyard real quick and just check out if there's anything here. He won't join. I keep hearing a wailing sound coming from the third stall in the girls' bathroom. He won't join. Alright, that's too bad, but... Oh, sure. Thanks for stopping by. Good to see you, and feel free to drop on by whenever, and yeah, talk to you later. Yeah, you too. Have a good week. Okay. So they want us to investigate the school. I guess let's do it. See, this has nothing to do with the computer, which is... I mean, it's all card-based, so... You find an old trophy case set in a seemingly abandoned corridor. Everything inside is covered in a thick layer of dust. One medal seems particularly valuable. Breaking the window is probably a bad idea. Let's just check them. It seems the person involved in the current case was a prize-winning swimmer. Experience points. What the... So it's worth noting that experience... If you get 100 experience, you can level up. Okay. The school's library computer does not have a modem, but I bumped into a member of the computer club while asking around. She just got a new system and is willing to let you borrow hers. I arranged to meet at her home in the city. So we're headed downtown next. Now, we've been doing really well with Doom levels, so what we actually are going to do is head to the shop real quick. In the downtown area, there's a shop. And for some reason, a dog runs it. But what we're looking for is something to go in our damage 3, speed 90, chance to hit 70. Yeah, that's not worth it. We already have a flashlight. We don't want to use the sewing kit on ourselves. We've already got a camera. This is salt. It's inexpensive. Oh, and there's a random discounted item for 1 funds. But probably what we'll want is the salt. If we fight a ghost enemy, we can do good damage to it with the salt. It is kitchen salt. You notice that our funds is apparently an attribute. I don't know why that works that way, but that's how it works. It's not worth anything if we sell it. We'll just hang on to it. Let's head downtown. Okay. It is getting dark as you arrive at the cemetery. The shadows move in fantastic and unaccountable ways between tombstones. Finding the right grave may prove to be a challenge, especially when you feel someone's gaze on your back. So we can continue looking, run in terror, or confront the stranger. I have no idea what we want to do here, huh? Confront the stranger is probably either combat or, like, we're mistaken about what it is. Let's confront the stranger. Charisma check. I whirl around and see who's behind me. Luckily, the other person is a kind old lady who points you to the tombstone you were looking for. Under a stone, you find a note someone left for you. Experience gain. So now we can gain a level. So you get to choose a perk, and you get to choose a couple of like helpfulness things. So perception gain, charisma gain, or knowledge gain. Well, I'd say that leadership, improving our charisma, is the thing we need most because our charisma is quite low. Dexterity would be good too, but whatever. And let's build up our dexterity at the same time, and then we can build our reason up too. Oh, you only get to, shoot! You only get to choose one. Do we want the 4 reason or do we want the dexterity? Let's go with the dexterity. Alright. I now have a leadership perk. I guess perks count as like an ally for whatever reason. Okay. You lug the cardboard box full of PC parts up to your apartment stairs. Teeth clenched as you heave it up one step at a time. God damn, our computer's heavy. So my family had an old, like very basic IBM PC back in the late 80s, and it had an Amber monitor. It could run BASIC, and it could run like the early version of WordPerfect, and that's about it. It actually had a hard drive, but it had 5 1/4 inch floppy disks and stuff too. So now we need to investigate apartments, specifically our apartments. But we can talk to our neighbor if we feel like it. But probably they aren't going to help us in this. So let's investigate apartments. I pace back and forth beside my desk, piled high with photographs, notes, and documents relevant to my investigation. I'm so close to cracking this wide open, I can taste it! But the pieces don't quite fit together. I must still be missing something. But what could it be? Huh. So these are probably 3 different, like, skill checks, right? Like, think it over again might be knowledge. Inspect the photos might be perception. Perception, not personality. And talk to your informant might be charisma? Or maybe funds, even. Well, my perception is best. Well, I guess knowledge and perception are the same. Let's do it. Perception check success. Okay. I notice a commonality that slipped by until now, drawing a connection that my theory needed. Now that my theory has its linchpin, it's time to act. 15 experience. Cool. Finally, something good. Alright. I wipe the sweat from my brow as I finally finish setting up the computer in my bedroom. After a few tests, I'm now certain everything is functional. The newscaster says that the suicide rate is still climbing. Worse, the morbid trend is beginning to catch on in nearby towns. I need to act quickly. Alright, well, let's log in. I pass by a faulty elevator. Its doors suddenly open. I take a step back and notice a weird, tall woman standing in the darkness. Do you live here? I've never seen you. Combat. Cyclops neighbor. Ooh, neat. Okay, it knocks out reason. What can I do here? What can I do here? See, dodge is very expensive, but it drastically lowers the enemy's hit chance. Can't run. What can I fit in if I do this? Base chance to hit 70. That's interesting. Oh, but it won't fit. Oh, come on. It's weird, I feel like this was faster and had better hit chance before. But maybe it's because the enemy is better at dodging? It must be something like that, huh? Do I have experience? I have 20 experience points. There we go. 199 out of 200. And that should be a definite hit. Okay. She's knocking my reason down pretty quickly. But now I have a very good chance to hit. Like that. I can do a special attack and an attack. Yeah. I can do about 9 damage per turn with this strategy. That should do it. Oh, I missed! I missed somehow! Even though I... That's interesting. Okay. Cyclops neighbor down, 14 experience. It's better than the 10 that we, used up for skill. Hoping to find a lead, I head to the hospital. With how many deaths there have been, the hospital is in chaos. The staff is exhausted. The receptionist lets her head down onto the desk for a minute. I slip out of the waiting room and into the corridors. So we're supposed to inspect the hospital? But what we can actually do is we can actually enter the hospital to heal injuries. Now, we don't have any... Status. We don't have any injuries, so I don't think that this helps us. Well, we're down to very low reason, which is not good. And no way to heal it. Oh, let's try it. Investigate the hospital. I find myself in an old, unused part of the hospital. I take a deep breath. The disgusting smell of thawed remains still lingers in the room. It used to be the hospital's mortuary, where doctors determine the causes of death. So there are 3 things I can do. If I pull the cloth off the dissection table, I'm probably going to lose reason, or maybe even get into a fight. If I check out the freezer, I can only think of bad things that will happen there. So let's search the cabinet. Perception check. Something flashes in the corner of a dusty drawer and I reach for it. It's a sewing kit, which may come in handy later. Okay. I don't know why it doesn't show up in my inventory. Right? Shouldn't it? Oh, my inventory's full. It didn't tell me. Oh, it went to my saving thing. Okay, fine. Tapes. Storage. Note. Keep it. Because we're still in that one. Now the kit, we've seen this before. It increases our stamina at a cost of charisma, but we're not low on stamina. We could increase funds by selling it, but we'll hang on to it in case we really need it. Alright. Back downtown. I overhear 2 nurses talking about a girl whose suicide attempt failed. Apparently she's recovering at her grandparents' home in the village in the city outskirts. Which is the opposite of downtown, but okay. I exit the hospital and make my way to the nearest bus stop. I can't investigate my home. I can rest to regain stamina and reason. It costs Doom, but we're doing pretty well on Doom. I take a long, hot shower. I phone my best friend and talk about unrelated stuff. Time flies by. I prepare myself to leave to continue my investigation. I get 3% Doom for 2 stamina and reason, which is pretty good, honestly. We could check the shop. I think I'm pushing it with the Doom numbers, huh? Let's investigate. While I walk through the crowded space, someone bumps into me and quickly apologizes. Perception check. They stole your wallet. I quickly grab their arm and they drop it before disappearing into the crowd. 5 experience points. Okay. As I pull into the village bus stop, a news story comes on the bus driver's radio. An entire class of Shiokawa students left in front of a train, hand in hand. I move urgently as I exit the bus and begin searching down the village streets. Yikes. So there's a hardware shop at the seaside, for instance. There's the library where you can get spells. It might even be worth going to the hardware shop. Probably should have done it earlier, because you can get weapons there, now that I think about it. Well, let's investigate the village. As I glance around, I notice that more and more people are wearing these strange masks. They're unlike anything I've ever seen before. As I turn to my friends for reassurance, I notice that some of them also wear the eerie masks. Their voices are muffled and distorted, and I can't shake off the feeling that they're not quite themselves. The hairs on the back of my neck stand on end, and I realize something is terribly wrong. How is it 182 out of 180? Well, we're trying to prevent people from committing suicide, right? So this is probably the obvious answer. A sense of dread creeps over me as the masked people are swarming through the store, filling their carts with food and survival equipment. I notice the goods' prices have already skyrocketed. I realize that I have to act fast if I want to have any chance of survival. I lose 2 funds. It doesn't hurt my reason, so that's good. Alright. When I find the girl's house, her grandparents greet me solemnly. They thank me for my effort to stop the deaths. Forgive her, her grandfather says as he leads you to her bedroom. She's a kind girl. Something has happened to her. Is this awesome or what? I love it. Investigate village. Feeling hungry, I entered a small local restaurant and ordered the daily special made with today's catch. Where the hell did those fishermen go? Yeah, the shrimp have extra legs. 1 bite won't hurt. Strength check. Success. I feel the eyes of the restaurant's guests on my back, and I take a small bite of the smelly seafood. It's surprisingly good, but you kindly refuse another serving. Experience and stamina. Not bad. Alright. The recovering girl is more than happy to not only confirm the bulletin's existence, but to give you its number. You have to do what it tells you. Trust me, you won't regret a thing. She beams at you as her grandmother struggles to make her swallow the pain medication. I'll be back to join you all soon. Wait for me, okay? Disquieted, you give the grandparents your home number and hastily leave. Here we go. I can see a dog chewing on something in the distance. Is that a human bone? Twisted dog. Let's see if we can work a dodge in here. Actually, let's clear this. Dodge. Combat skill. Kick. Launch. Twisted dog gets me. 3 stamina. But now our base chance to hit is 90. So we can do this again. Which should work pretty well. Although it's going to take... Ooh, it's going to take too many turns. Alright, let's see what I can... Get a dodge in. Almost, huh? Hold on. Let's try it this way. If we do the dodge, and then we just do that. I think this is to 191. I dodged the attack. So now we're at 15, which gives us 2 turns worth. Man. Let's keep the dodging up. Oh wow. I didn't dodge that one. Yikes. Yeah, I'm in big trouble. But this should do it. The dog goes down. Alright. As soon as I arrive home, I dial the number and put the handset onto the modem. I would really like to take a break first, but I guess not. My heart pounds as the computer fans exhale. The system hums. I hear a brief dial tone and then it finally connects. I really don't have any way to heal up. Alright, wait, what is this? This blinked for a second, didn't it? Maybe I'm crazy. Welcome home. Do you like it? Yes or no? Oh boy. Yes? I'm glad. Take your phone off the modem and put it to your ear. Remember the note. Could this be the voice of humanity I read about? Bracing myself, I slowly put the phone to my ear. I don't hear words or a voice. I soon understand they don't need those. It's difficult, but I manage to keep track of which thoughts are mine and which thoughts are theirs. Everyone is here now. We've escaped everything that held us back in life. We don't have any more burdens. You can escape with us. This is the purest form of existence. A paradise of connection. Everyone deserves that. We will bring all humanity together. Ooh. Can't save everyone. Suffering is human. I don't want to die. This is selfish. This is needlessly aggressive. Let's try suffering is human and see what happens. How can you believe that? Well, okay. If you want to suffer, go ahead. My consciousness dips. By the time I snap out of it, I'm strangling myself with the phone cord. The entity assaults my mind. But the struggle brings out strength you didn't know you had. You refuse to die. -5 stamina, +15 max stamina. But my stamina is now -1. I listen to the staticky signal on the other end. It's harsh to my ear, but then the noise begins to slowly change into something beautiful. You want to join it. Oh, it's a combat thing. Oh, I'm doomed. Can't run. Dodge? It has 31 hit points. I'm screwed. I missed. Stamina goes down further. Well, shoot. What do I do here? How could I miss the computer? Base chance to hit 46%? There's got to be something better here. There's got to be some kind of random improvised weapon. Learn about my enemy. Clap, bow, or pray. None of that helps. This is incredibly bad. Yeah, the combat thing isn't going to help. I need to do this. Join the voices. What is going on here? This is bizarre. No, that doesn't make sense. Whatever. Launch. Yep. Resisting the unknown horror was taking its toll on your health. Weakened, I finally succumbed to my injuries alone. As the dust settles upon my open eyes, reality starts to crumble. That one was rough. But that is what happens. There must be a way to, like, beat that computer without doing it the regular combat way. Let's play one more. Something strange is happening. Robed figures, people are missing, disgusting creatures, rapid technological progress, threats, old gods, awakening, clues, spells, and my dwindling sanity. I investigate mysteries across the city and in realms beyond. The train slows down. Okay. The thing forsaken by God, Goizo. Banished to the other dimension a long time ago, Goizo has found a way to use mirrors to ensnare and teleport its prey straight through the glass. Glimpses of horror lurking behind your reflection are just the beginning. Resting at home raises doom. Well, yes, of course it does, but I guess by more. Character exclusive perk cards only. Alright. So I have a discharge summary. If I discard it, I gain 20 experience. But I don't know what it's for, so maybe I'll leave it alone for the moment. I have a medical kit. Usable. If I use it, I get 2 bandages. I can heal 1 major injury while keeping this item in the inventory. Huh, okay. Camera. Knowledge. Equip it. Why not? Brittle bones run in your family. You spend each summer in a cast. I start with extra experience and bandages, but each damage can cause an injury. Oh. So now I'm, like, especially fragile to injury. That sounds great. that thing. Alright. Usual path. Experience boost to start. Check the TV. Once a year, a ramen shop appears where there was once an alleyway. The ramen sold inside is made from its former patrons, but can cure any health problem. That's interesting. I have no stored items. Look at the peephole. We've got the dude standing there. We can change clothes. Reporter. Hawaiian shirt. Dracula. Junior salaryman. And Chad. More like pompous guy that ties a sweater over himself. I guess we'll go with reporter. Why not? That seems fine to me. I like it better than the other ones. Or no, wait, you know what? No, you know what? Dracula. I wonder if it has an effect. Maybe we'll find out. Okay. It's mission time. Rotten Report of Rancid Ramen, Macabre Memoir of Morbid Mermaids, Sorrowful Saga of Moonlight Sailors. Oh, Moonlight Sailors, huh? Chilling Chronicle of Crimson Cape, Vicious Verses of Violent Vigil. Okay. I guess we'll try Macabre Memoir, because I haven't done it yet. The janitor was obsessed with mermaids. He collected every scrap of the legend about them in the school basement. Now his mind has snapped. He's decided it's time to make one of his own, using his unfortunate students' bodies as materials. It's interesting that, like... I can't choose to not investigate this mystery. Right-click doesn't do anything either. Well, here we go. There's one thing everyone at the school is talking about. Another girl from your area has gone missing. Could there be anything connecting all the missing people? I should investigate downtown next. But I need to investigate Seaside twice for the side quest. But here's the thing. Hardware shop. We're going to try this first. Yeah, so... Ooh, can of acid deals 7 damage to Eldritch enemies. So that... I mean, I don't know if it's a direct reference, but it reminds me of the Lovecraft story, The Shunned House. Where at the very... I won't spoil it. It's a good story. So these two things both cost 3 funds. This has high speed. Let's do it. Shovel. Give me a weapon. Alright. Let's head to the seaside first. We used up most of our funds, but that's not that big of a deal. Something gigantic and invisible leaves a deep void in the sea. It's not moving, but you swear it's watching you. Oh god. Jeez. Let's go to the schoolyard, see if we can find any friends to help. How'd you do on your English exam? Join me. No? I keep hearing a wailing sound from the third stall. You were always such a kidder. That's probably a reference to, Harvester. Have you heard about this computer program? Student D. +1 knowledge. I'll take it. Talk with him. Oh, he doesn't have anything to say. Yeah, they don't want to join. I don't really have any experience. I guess I don't know. Am I supposed to discard it? It says you're supposed to start with extra experience. Let's do it. Why not? Because what you can do is you can share a creepy story. And then they'll usually join you if you do that. Cheaper pharmacy items. Well, there's a pharmacy somewhere. I forget all about that. Alright. That'll do for now. There's a pharmacy somewhere. Where is it? Is this the pharmacy? It might be. It must be. Well, what the heck? Let's check it out anyway. I wait patiently in the reception room. Oh, I can enter the doctor's office, or I can move to corridor A. I venture further down the corridor. Take an elevator. What am I doing here? Check out the patient room. Nothing happens. Head back to the lower floor. Check the morgue. Morgue's door is closed. So if I enter the doctor's office, it takes 2 doom. We'll back out. If I can. Can't I? I guess I shouldn't bother recovering patients. It won't let me leave, as far as I can tell. Alright. How can I help today? Actions available on injury cards. Okay, so this is not the pharmacy. Well, where the devil's the pharmacy then? Alright, let's check out the seaside. Now we have more people with us. A small, shady bar in the docks. Maybe some of the old fishermen can help you in your quest. However, persuading them to do so might prove difficult. Well, 1 round. No fisherman refuses a free round. They tell you tales of sunken cities inhabited by underwater things with too many legs. You may be growing crazy, but you can swear something is watching you from the sea. Lose more reason. Let's move this forward. We're already up at 10% doom. The only metro line in your town connects to the university and the science complex. You could take a ride to gain some time, but you've got a feeling something is wrong. Where is everyone? Oh, 2 more reason. Luck check failure. Something is clearly wrong. There are no lights inside the metro car, and all you can see are countless handprints pressed onto the windows. Yikes. Asking around the neighborhood got me some results. It seems that all the girls have attended the same school. Well, let's investigate the school. It's a bad time to be out of cash, says the grim-looking man who's standing in your way. Our company, fortunately, specializes in cases like yours and will gladly help you get back on track. After all, he takes a step closer, and you can swear there is a faint smell of rust about the man. Everyone has something to sell. Huh. Oh, and I have to choose. Jar of blood? I startle awake on a park bench. Did I faint? There's no sign of the grim man anywhere, but you find an envelope full of cash inside your pocket. 3 stamina down, 2 funds up. All the missing girls were apparently members of the school swimming team. Maybe someone saw the kidnapper stalking them. What we can do is we can go home and rest. Get some stuff back. We get more doom, but we need to stay alive. Alright, let's continue the investigation. This door should not be here. It shouldn't lead anywhere. More importantly, it shouldn't pull you in. Well, we resist. I force myself to leave the mysterious door behind. I lose 2 stamina. I find a notebook containing handwritten and detailed notes about the swimming club itself and mermaids. Oh, there's the morbid school here. It's like a special area. We might need to rest, but we can probably wait a little bit. Let's investigate the morbid school. Is this... I keep seeing this, like, change colors, it feels like. Yeah, there it goes. There. Oh, look at this. There are no modifiers to skill checks. No modifiers to skill checks. I didn't know the system existed. Alright, let's investigate the morbid school. A nauseating stench stops you. Someone has scattered rotten fish guts everywhere and hung up countless fish heads. I cover my mouth as I slowly retreat. A vast flock of seagulls outside viciously attack the windows. 1 stamina, 1 reason. Whoever the kidnapper is, they seem to be really obsessed with mermaids. Inside the science lab, I find a plan of the town's sewer system. Someone has marked a path leading directly to the school building from the sea. Wow. Well, let's investigate. Alarmed by the sound of glass breaking, I discover the corpse of a policeman lying in a pool of blood. It looks like someone or something tore out his throat. Steal his gun, check wounds for clues, or escape before more people arrive. I don't think I've ever done the steal his gun. Let's do it. He won't be needing it for sure, but you still feel bad about stealing from a corpse. 5 rounds, police revolver. There's something wrong here. A weird apathy seems to infect every adult I ask for help. I will have to deal with it alone. starting to lose a lot of reason. Let's visit the library. There may be a good spell there for us. So, many of the books you can find here were donated after the accident at the university building. If I study old tomes, I get 3% doom, but I get a spell. If I make notes, I get experience at the cost of a little bit of doom as well. Let's study some tomes. I carry out a few books to the main reading room. I interpret the old, incomplete translations, but it's a tedious task. Finally, I find a fragment I was looking for. I gain a new spell. Absorb. I deal 3 damage and gain 2 stamina at the cost of 4 reason. So if I forget the spell... So if I forget the spell, I gain 1 reason. And that's what I want right now. So there we go. We get some reason back. Oh, man. Investigate. Something is wrong. I don't see anyone on the street, and I could have sworn it was crowded just a minute ago. I'd better hurry out of there. There goes my reason. I compare the sewer plan with the school map, and it suddenly dawns on me. The school basement. That must be the place the kidnapper is keeping the missing swimmers. Everything's getting worse. My reason already sucks. My stamina is decent, but not great. Alright, this is it. Let's do it. A woman bumps into me as she runs from a beauty parlor. Before I can say anything, I notice her face. She's carved out her own eyes. If I can't see it, she cries, it can't see me, right? I shudder, seeing a faint vision of Goizo reflected in the beauty parlor's mirrors. -2 stamina. Yikes. There's no turning back now. Let's hope she's alright. This area is safe. I bust through the door to the janitorial closet, but it's too late. The latest missing girl is lying on a dirty mattress, the upper part at least. A tail of a fish has been crudely sewed in place of her legs. She was too weak and died, you hear the mad janitor say. He looks you up and down. Maybe you'll do. Prepare myself. Not giving up after the previous failure, the obsessed janitor has found another body to experiment on. Me. Time needed 152, strength-based. 9 damage. -2 stamina per turn. His avoidance capability is really good. You see, my base chance to hit is 50%, which is terrible. Let's do it. This is going to be our plan. Enemy is weak against this type of damage. Okay, I'll take it. I did 10 damage. A little faster than I thought. Alright, we've almost got it. This is it. Launch. Got him. His body slumps to the floor. I pick up his axe and, using it as a crutch, I try to leave the room. Injured and weakened, I slowly lose consciousness on the school corridor. Wow. Speed 120. Oh, is low speed better? Is that what I'm seeing here? So the fire axe does the same damage, but I guess faster, with a better chance to hit. Let's equip it. Let's put the revolver away. Alright. Can't do this, whatever it is. Let's continue. Police officers find me a few hours later. No trace of the mad janitor is found, but tonight I will sleep a little better, knowing that the other students are safe. Macabre Memoir of Morbid Mermaids, ending A. I get 30 experience, 15 experience, -3 doom, and 1 day passes. I can level up. Knowledge, luck, or dexterity? I like dexterity. We're low on dexterity. Let's... Gosh. Let's get some stamina back. The old god stirs. The whole town stopped receiving any outside signals. It must be the radio mast that failed. I get a small key. I take the key. The cool thing about this status, town status thing, is that the TV stops working after that. And the phone doesn't work either. Kind of a neat touch. Now, my status is... I still need more reason. Alright. Next mystery. Well, so this is the other one that I haven't seen. So let's give it a shot. The sorrowful saga of the Moonlight Sailors. It began with one fisherman who dragged something truly awful from the belly of the ocean. A dark, writhing ooze that mesmerized him beyond control. He hid himself away for a week, adoring it, not to be seen until one moonlit night when a young girl spotted his boat drifting away, a single lantern swinging at the helm, and the captivated fisherman singing eerily to his catch. Now more and more fishermen have begun to find the vile oozes in their nets, and one by one they're disappearing. Soon the ocean will have them all. Cool. Discard 2 item cards to complete the quest. Really? Well, so there's an easy way to do that, right? If I just go to the shop downtown, right? I can get something cheap. 1 funds. Oh, blue gem. Important. It feels cold in my hand. Well, that doesn't help me. Son of a gun. Alright. We'll grab the salt. And discard the salt. That's 1. But we need more funds, or we need to discard something else. I don't know. I guess we'll discard the shovel. I couldn't find nets and hooks prepared for the big hunt. What I did find was a huge bonfire in the middle of the beach. I take a burning branch, lighting my way with me. I get a torch. Damage 4, but higher speed and chance to hit. Counts as a light source. Well, we'll hang on to it. And also, we'll grab that revolver. I don't know. We'll wait until we're close to the end of the mission. Yeah? Alright. I start my investigation hoping to overhear rumors at the fish market. Head downtown. It's starting to take a toll on my health. I feel like I'm about to fall asleep standing up. How do I address my weakened state? So if I had taken a hot bath, I would have an additional option. But probably the solution is just take a nap. The world may be falling apart, but I needed that. 2 doom, 1 in stamina, 1 reason. Fine. Although I braved the stench for hours, I gleaned nothing besides the fact that this fisherman had a wife. Maybe I should pay her a visit. Let's visit the police station. Just for fun. So, you can request more police patrols downtown. You can request more police patrols in the forest or in the hospital. You can share information. You can trade experience for funds. Or you can exit the station. We'll exit for now. Let's go visit the fisherman's wife. Doom's at 40%. It's not good. My path is blocked by a rotting corpse covered in poison ivy. Gross. What's my chance to hit? 65? So if I do this 3 times, it costs 30. I can do that. I still can't fit anything else into the sequence, so we'll guarantee it. 107 for that. I can meditate, but that's not particularly helpful. Brace for impact. Maybe I should try an assessment move. Plant, female, weak against fire. No special skills. Oh, I can't. Really? I can throw it at her. Damages the enemy for 4. Alright, that actually solves my problems. But she's down with that. When I arrive at the fisherman's house, it stands long vacated. Peering in through the dusty window, I recoil in shock. At what? Tell me more. No? Nothing? Now they want us to investigate the mansion, which I guess is the house. I follow a suspicious person, entering an old, run-down mansion room. It stinks like spoiled milk and has only 2 doors, one of which I came through. I can't see the strange man anywhere. Search the room. There's nothing really important here, but you think you might be able to use the one item you do find, an energy drink. Gives me 1 extra dexterity until the end of the current mystery. We're going to store that. The fisherman's wife lies in the kitchen, mutilated, covered with black marks. Wow, gross. I guess the black marks of the ooze, maybe? It vibrates slightly in my hand. Weird. Alright, let's continue investigating. One of the previous owners of this mansion liked to read. Dusty tomes reached to the ceiling. I don't have much time, but maybe I could spare a minute to look through the books. Shelves or table? Table. Knowledge check failure. Even at 9, my knowledge check failed. The notes on the table look like the ramblings of a madman. While trying to understand them, I read a passage aloud. Nothing happens, but I suddenly feel as if I'm being watched. I leave the room quickly. Surely someone else must have caught one of these. I lurk around hoping to spot one of them. Now let's check the seaside again. In the summer of 1971, a whole class trip fell into the sea when a rock they were standing on collapsed. They didn't find the bodies. They never found the bodies until now. It's the class of 1971. Okay. 55% chance to hit. It does damage to all, which sucks. Hello, Zycat. But I don't have enough time to do anything else useful. Alright, we're doing extra damage, which is nice. I'm now coughing blood. Let's finish this thing. Alright, 10 experience. The young man has glassy eyes and mumbles his replies between caressing his catch. The beating movements in his arms disturb you. That's fun. -2 to dexterity. Wow. Probably don't want that to stick around. I can heal 1 minor injury while keeping this item in my inventory. What? Oh, I can bandage this wound. Alright, so that clears that out. Sometimes I was thinking it should just be used, but apparently not. Okay, our stamina and reason are getting pretty wasted out, so let's rest real quick. Take a short nap, sit on a couch, read a book, increase doom, and my health. Alright, let's investigate the seaside again. Suddenly, the air around you begins to whirl. A supernatural wave of freezing wind approaches. Brace myself. Lose stamina. The blizzard chills me to the bone and it disappears as quickly as it began. That's a shame. After a slow interrogation, the young man manages to stutter out something about an organized fishing trip. I wish I had things that could increase my stamina. I mean, I just rested. Alright, let's give it a shot. I can't shake the feeling that those small dock buildings hide some terrible secrets. A face in the window. I slip out at night and race toward the beach, terrified of what comes next. Here we go, investigate the beach. The full moon shines bright in the cloudless night sky. The ink-black ocean waves glimmer eerily. All the residents have drawn their shutters tight and locked their doors. Your footsteps are silent in the sand. The only sounds are your ragged breathing and pounding heartbeat. I arrive at the edge of the water, breathless. The possessed fishermen's boats fill the horizon with their light. Tiny yellow spots navigate across the dark ocean under a dark sky. I cannot make out the figures on board. The whole section of the beach is black with ooze, slowly engulfing the bodies of the missing sailors. Right in the middle of it stands a lone figure. He spots me. The ooze stops undulating for a second before it begins to rapidly move toward me, leaving the half-eaten corpses behind. I guess it's combat time. Whatever the sailors caught in the sea is here. Tonight is my only chance to stop it. Seeping Apostle, 27 health. He's got a good chance to dodge. He does -2 to all. I can't use the gem at all. Okay. I think we might be able to win this, as long as we're careful. Launch. Okay. Actually, I should have done this instead. Assess the enemy. The wreck of a sunken submarine caused an underwater explosion. The shockwave ruptured the primordial egg, hidden on the ocean's floor by the ancients. So here we go. Desperate struggle. Doubles all damage dealt during the turn. I think I might have just enough time to pull this off. You gotta be kidding me. This should do it still. Can I gain some stamina back somehow? Like trade stamina for reason? can do that. Launch. I guess it didn't go through. Good to know. Alright, I beat the Seeping Apostle, 20 experience. This was a close call, too close for my liking. I'm sure the newspapers will report on the goo, now dried up and looking like volcanic ash, tomorrow. Tonight, however, all I'm thinking about is a hot bath. Sorrowful Saga of the Moonlight Sailors, Ending C. 30 plus 15 experience, 3 doom negative, and 1 day passes. Alright. The old god stirs. The friendly dog disappeared last night. I will have to find a new place to buy equipment. Yeah, the shop additional action is now disabled. Second key, but it's not looking good. My stamina's low, so probably a hot bath is the way to go. The TV's dead. There's still someone standing there. Let's grab that revolver. And the energy drink. We'll grab them both, because we're in pretty sorry shape. So we'll level up. Charisma, experience bonus, or throwing items. Well, we'll go charisma. And then we'll build up stamina, I guess. Okay, that helps. But we also can use this energy drink. When the mystery starts. When the mystery starts. Don't use it now. Goodness, no. Alright, number 3. The Chronicle of a Crimson Cape? A new game is spreading among my friends. A dare to stay in the unused school restroom after classes. A dare to meet Akamanto. What was originally a harmless fun has turned deadly. The body of a boy was found last week. The school principal banned the game, but that only made it more popular. Akamanto must be stopped before another child is killed. Or I guess, like, adolescent. Okay, let's drink the energy drink. Give me that dexterity. One of my friends says he doesn't believe in curses and he intends to complete the dangerous dare. If I gather gossip about the current mystery, I complete this. So if I go to the school, right, and I go to the yard, I can get some gossip. Maybe? I don't have any experience to give her. That didn't apparently work. Yeah, the shop is gone. Let's investigate the school. A weird bubbling sound lures me to the dark shower room. On the floor, I find a swimsuit thrown over a grotesque leathery coil. No, not a coil. A drain swimmer. She's a stamina reducer. Throw the gun? Really? So you have to equip it before the fight starts. That's a shame. Alright, we should be able to take her out in 2 turns like this. Weak to fire. After Futaba drowned in a bathtub, her body slowly moved through the drain pipes to continue swim training. Creepy. This should do it. Yeah, having the fire axe is really nice. I reported this to my principal, who promises he will take care of it. My friend's safe for now. I should look into the legend myself. Maybe records in the city's library will make mention of the Akamanto. What's the rooftop? The girl whispers, bow, clap. I should probably leave her alone. I don't have a telescope. I love it. Wailing sound from the third stall in the girl's bathroom. Won't join. Saw it again. Won't join. Fine. Like, do I need to investigate somewhere else, maybe? I don't know where else I would get gossip. I could try the neighbor? I haven't tried that yet. I knock on my friend's door and wait. I'm really busy today, let's hang out some other time. That didn't help. Let's try investigating the school. I enter the kitchen. Even though it's abandoned and the lights are off, something is cooking in a large pot. I don't like the smell. I don't like the smell, so I'm not going to see what's cooking. The first aid kit would be nice. There's a first aid kit next to the storage cabinet. I bandage myself up and leave the kitchen, gaining 2 stamina. Sounds good to me. But that didn't give me the gossip that I need. Alright, let's investigate downtown. The roads twist and turn when I'm not looking, trapping me in the neighborhood. I don't have a map, so I get lost. I spend hours trying to find a way out. Finally, I end up on the main street as the passage to the blighted neighborhood closes behind me. 2% doom. Okay. I read a story about a vengeful samurai known for wearing a crimson red cape. A red cape. Anyway, it's an interesting find for sure, but I need to find more information. I get access to the student database, or if I could get access to the student database, it would speed up my investigation, but the receptionist would never allow it. If only there was a way to make her go away for a while. I would need Kazumi Nakawa as an ally in order to do that. She's pretty horrifying looking. Charisma fail. I was not able to convince the receptionist to help me into the database. Waste of time. More doom. One of the articles mentions a young doctor who performed life-saving surgery on the victim of a brutal assault. The assault happened in a toilet stall. Maybe he still works at the hospital. Investigate. The patient came home one morning covered in scars and babbling about aliens. The police had them committed. They're mumbling something quietly as I pass by. If I'm paranoid, I have an ability here, but all I can do is talk to him. Charisma success. I immediately understand that the only difference between me and the crazy person is that I haven't been caught yet. I convinced them to sneak out and join me in my quest. Ooh, we gained an ally. Masafumi here. +1 damage against ghost enemies. He smiles faintly. Okay. The doctor suddenly left the hospital after the latest murder, taking all of his records with him. Why would he do that? But that's not the only bad news. My friend didn't come to school today, and another body has supposedly been found. Gotta investigate the school. New guy. There's something strangely charming about her. I hear footsteps behind me. I realize I'm not the only student here. A girl wearing a demon's mask starts giggling as she gets closer. Battle? Yep. Holy cow, look at that. 3 all damage. That's crazy. So that should do 9 damage. And if I can just do 3 more, I can beat her in 1 turn. I even have some extra time. Let's clear this. 1, 2, 3, fire. 1, 2, cut. Or bash. And this should definitely take her out in one turn. There we go. Wait, what's that? Pick it up. A broken box cutter. Now, I got ringing ears from, Oh, wow. Interesting. Prick it with a needle? Oh, good God. But I have a bandage, don't I? So there's the negative to using the gun, basically. One minor injury. Don't prick it with a needle. That'll make me deaf, right? That'd be bad. Probably that was the wrong place to use that, huh? This is a garbage item. It's not even worth anything to trade in. Looks like it'll break very easily. It's too bad we didn't have this in the last one where they wanted us to discard items. Oh well, we'll get rid of it. The principal ordered the school to be closed down for investigation, so we're headed downtown. I guess I could go to the hospital. Oh, I can't fix it. It can't be fixed. That's too bad. I thought for sure that'd be useful. Alright, let's do this. It's been almost a year since a childhood friend moved away to another city. He left suddenly without even saying goodbye. However, in a recent letter, he apologized for the disappearance and asked me to remove the furniture from his flat because he wants to sell it. In the envelope, I find a key to his apartment. Strength check, success. I find another letter behind a wardrobe. Why I was searching behind wardrobes, not a good question, but okay. It explains that the reason that my friend left was because the shadow people were stalking him. I shudder when I realize that I haven't seen the moving company's truck driver's face. Gain some experience. Alright, I break the window and get inside the school unnoticed. The cursed toilet is located on the 3rd floor. Get over there. This is gonna be bad, isn't it? Why is there a 1 over here? Here we go. Despite my best efforts, I feel like the neighborhood is starting to change. Threat level increases. There's no turning back now. I step into the last stall and close the door behind me. I wait in the stall, trying to be as quiet as possible. Suddenly I hear a squish and a squeak. The sound of rubber boots and an unknown liquid dripping on the tiles. I can see the top of his head. He's taller than any man I've ever seen. The door opens. It's a masked man dressed in a red coat, clearly too tall for the ceiling, emerges from outside. Tell me. His voice sounds like a faulty radio. Would you like red paper or blue paper? Oh, so the trick is, I think I've seen this before, or I at least have heard the story before. If you can find somebody who can tell you that there's a phrase you can use to get them to basically run off. But if we choose either of these, it's going to be bad. But, gotta pick one. A tall man in a red coat takes out a butcher knife and stabs me in the stomach. Blood splatters on the stall's wall as I rush to the door. Lose stamina. I hear a loud click coming from the door. I'm locked in here with the crazy man. Great. Launch it. So he's gonna take me out, probably. This takes a lot of time, but that's how we're gonna do that. Double damage. Oh my god, though, it didn't do double damage. This is probably it. No, I can't even do the right amount of damage. There's just no way. This is it. Last round. I found a crestfallen mask. Blood flowing from wounds in Tall Man's red coat makes it look like the man was slowly melting. I hear cackling coming from behind the mask and faint. When I wake up, he's gone. Somehow, I know he will be back in another stall, in another school, another city, continuing the horror. Chilling Chronicle, Ending B. I got a mask. Eldritch Armor, Slot C, minus 10% Doom. Sure. 30 experience, minus 3 Doom, Reason and Stamina, 1 day passes. With more and more students missing, the police restricted access to the school building. Library is disabled. Small key in my mailbox. Cut arm sinew. I can't heal it. It's a major injury. Minus 1 damage in combat. The shower will help, maybe? Extra stamina? I mean, I just need to rest a bunch, I guess. There's no way around it. We're out of ammo, so we'll put the fire axe back in. I don't know how to find a buyer for the gun. That doesn't help. We'll put it in the thing, the storage. Alright, Rancid Ramen. Out of thin air, a brand new ramen restaurant opens in town, adored by everyone. People take a bite and they just can't stop. Day and night, the queues stretch out the door. The shambling customers stuff themselves with dish after dish, while the blind owner sits silently behind the counter, grinning and polishing gleaming knives. I'm determined to discover what makes this ramen so enticing. What is its true power? Dog meat? Human meat? Flesh of the gods themselves? That encounter was the final straw. My mind snapped, and I've been locked up in an asylum. It'd be comforting to accept that I were insane, that no old god is awakening to devour humanity. But the drugs haven't made these horrors disappear. Okay. Cause of death was stamina loss. Unfortunately, that is the way that ends. Okay, well, that was World of Horror. I figured that would be fun to play in between games. So next week, we may do something else random. Not sure exactly what. That is on Monday. On Wednesday, we're going through Legend of Grimrock 2, which is fun. Very fun. And then on Friday, we will probably be finishing up our time with Darkest Dungeon. Because I just beat it last time, and we'll maybe do some... I guess we will do some... Butcher's Circus, which I've never tried before. So other than that, over on YouTube, I've got Labyrinth of Toho playthrough, which is going on, and I've also got a no commentary Final Fantasy X run. So if any of that sounds good, feel free to check it out. But in any case, I'll say thanks for watching, thanks for listening, thanks for chatting, and yeah, I'll see you next time.